Welcome! Growing up, I loved the Command & Conquer games. I played them to death on the PlayStation 1, with both the original Command & Conquer title and the now infamous Red Alert. And I've loved that style of game ever since. The thing is, if you're not a PC gamer, which I'm not, there's not a huge amount of games out there. Yes, there's your Clash of Clans and your tower defense style games on mobile, but I'm not a big mobile gamer. So on console, you can find yourself struggling. So I was delighted when I found on my Nintendo Switch, Northgard. Now before we go any further, I want to say to you now, wait till it comes on sale. The standard price is over 30 quid on the Switch, and the game just isn't worth that, it isn't. But it goes on sale very regularly, and when on sale, I got it for about £8.50, and I believe, to me at least, it was worth every penny of that. So don't pay full price, wait till it goes on sale, and also that'll bring it in line with what you can pay for it on mobile. Because yes, this is a game also available on mobile, it's also on PC, I think it's on PlayStation as well. I can't remember if it's on Xbox or not, but probably. I was a bit nervous when I saw this was on mobile, because whilst I'm not sure what came first, mobile or console, generally it is mobile with this sort of thing, and you can find that they're a bit geared towards the multiplayer and microtransactions. This is not, at least the campaign is not. Now, I haven't actually played the multiplayer yet, because quite frankly the player base on Switch must be quite small, because I did go to try and play it before recording this video, and it couldn't find me a match, someone else to play with. I'd assume there's a bigger player base on mobile, but I don't know. So let me know in the comments if you do. I want to talk about the campaign, and what I can say here is the campaign is very, very good. First of all, I've played through it all. In fact, I've played a number of the missions more than once, and I didn't come across a single microtransaction. So that's definitely a win. It's a decent length at about 15 chapters. Each chapter takes longer and longer to complete as it gets more and more difficult. There's a decent variation there in goals as well, which lets you explore the different aspects of the gameplay, and it's just really good fun. So what's it all about? Well, think of it as Viking Command & Conquer. So no, you don't have tanks, but you do have different types of warriors. Your job is to take your clan and expand it to a level that it needs to be for you to complete various different objectives. Sounds quite standard so far, but it is just done really well. It's done in a nice, vibrant, colourful art style, which I personally really like. The environments are varied enough as well to keep you interested. And you start off with a mere 4 clan members. As you go through and build different types of buildings, you get different abilities. So you get different types of warriors, and they go to their different type of building, from your axe throwers to your warriors to your shield bearers. You also have to manage resources. These are largely food, which you can get through farming, hunting and fishing, and wood, of course, which comes from your woodcutters. The other resource is money. Always has to come into it somewhere, doesn't it? And this you can get through various trades and raids as well. It's good fun to manage, and you do find that the environments vary just enough to make it interesting. Each chapter has its own distinct objective, but it largely boils down to achieve enough fame, manage your clan, and build up a warrior base so you can take out a rival or get to a specific place on the map. That said, there are a couple of unique ones as well, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Let you discover it for yourself. As well as your standard clan members, you get your hero, and you can choose your hero for various levels. Once you progress into the game, each bring in their own unique abilities, which again is nice for variance, and you can tailor it towards what works best for the scenario. I had a great time with this. I liked exploring the map, conquering a larger and larger area, facing the challenge of managing the resources, because as your clan grows, you will consume more and more resources. That also varies throughout time of year. So it doesn't have a day and night cycle, but it does have a yearly cycle. And when it changes to winter, things do change. You will consume more wood for heating, more food, and you'll also produce less of those resources as well. So a key skill to learn is build up those resources in the good months so you can use them in the poorer months, and you've got a stockpile. Adds to the realism and to the challenge. You will come across all sorts of different creatures, be they standard world creatures which were around in Viking times, like your wolves and your bears, to your mythical creatures. You've got your ghouls, your giants, your mythical flying dragon-style things. I'm no expert on Norse mythology, but that's clearly where the inspiration comes from. Someone who knows more about that could maybe give us a bit more info. That's what the comments are for. But you'll still enjoy regardless of your interest in the subject. I had a great time. It took me a decent amount of time to get through the campaign. It didn't feel rushed or like it was a tag-on just for the multiplayer. And there is replayability. There are a few levels, I will confess, where I failed, I didn't reach the objective, so then had to start again from the beginning, and I found myself approaching it completely differently from the first time. Also, it gets your mind thinking about different ways to approach it, so if you want to go and replay your favourite level, or play it through from the start to the finish again, you can do it completely differently to keep yourself engaged, intrigued, and get the most value from that game. Whilst I was concerned when I found out that this was also available on mobile, I had no reason to be. If you told me this was a console-only game made specifically for consoles, I'd believe you instantly, because it's a decent quality, and I'm not ragging on mobile gaming, because I know a lot of people are a fan of it, but you can find that the quality of a mobile game isn't quite as good as a console game always. Not in every instance, but sometimes. Well, this is definitely a positive. You'll have a fantastic time playing it. I do need to try the multiplayer. I might have to download it on my iPad because there's got to be a larger player base on mobile if there's not one on Switch. I want to experience it and see how I fare against other players. Who's got the toughest Vikings? I'll maybe do a short and let you know if I actually do manage to do that. Until then, let me know. Does this sound like your cup of tea? Do you fancy real-time strategy with Vikings, or is it not for you? Let me know in the comments, and if you would be so kind as to give this video a thumbs up, it really helps out tiny little channels like mine. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.